In the Rocky Mountains, near the Continental Divide, at elevations that can exceed 12,000 feet above sea level, lie thousands of alpine lakes naturally void of fish. Since the 1950s, efforts to stock these lakes with native as well as non-native trout were successful in over 300 alpine lakes in Colorado alone. The wild descendants of these trout now inhabit these alpine lakes and swim at an altitude most birds will never fly. Welcome to the Sky Trout series.
Hey everybody, it's Tim with Combat Fly Fishing. So I'm headed up to the high country. There's a cluster of lakes that I'm gonna take a look at. This is the first time I've ever been up in this area. And my research tells me there's cutthroat trout up here, maybe some brook trout. But this will be the first episode of Sky Trout. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it. And I don't have much more of a hike to go. I'm going to be about between 11,500 and 12,000 feet in elevation today fishing, but I'm going to get after it. I brought pretty much everything, just to, streamers. I brought nymphs, I brought dry flies, and a few different rods, just to kind of see, since I've never been up here, see what it's going to take to get into some trout. As you can see, there's some bug life already out and about, so we'll see. Wish me luck. All right, so I made it to the first lake, as you can see right here. Let's see if I can zoom in here. So there are more lakes. So I think there's another lake right above that ridge right there, and another one, I want to say right in here somewhere. And then let's see. And then there should be another one way right up there. And actually, looking at the map, there's another one up over this ridge as well. I don't know if I'll get to that one because I got to drop down in elevation quite a bit, and I really don't want to do that. But we'll see. We'll see what the day entails. Now it's just a matter of trying to figure out how to get up this rock face to get up to those lakes. All right. Looks like I found a little path through all this scrub. Yeah, working my way around this lake is no easy task. This trail is really overgrown. I should have stayed high. I found something up in that tundra. It's real soggy too. Let's see. All right, getting closer. This is pretty steep. A little bit on the treacherous side. Haha. Would you look at that? I made it to another lake. This one is about the same size as the other one. The one I'm gonna go hit is actually smaller, I think, than this one. It's only like 4 or 5 acres. I didn't see any surface action, any fish activity in the first or the second lake I came across, and this one I just saw a nice surface hit. So there are fish in this one at least, but I'm gonna have to walk around it and then access, and if I pop over that ridge, that should be the other lake. So I'm off. Yeah, this is tough. It's real marshy. Just trying to fight your way through these shrubs, trying to find at least a dry path. But just like Mary Tyler Moore, looks like I made it after all. Yes. All right, that was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. And to my dismay, looks like the lake's still partially frozen. No. Oh no. Yeah, that frozen over part, that's the deep part of the lake. That's where all the fish would be. The only chance I have is maybe a little later in the afternoon if it warms up. They might troll in through here, but that's really the only chance I have. Well, I'm a little disappointed that the lake is frozen. I couldn't find much on this area. So usually I'll check with like hiking groups and hiking forums and stuff, and a lot of times I'll post pictures of the lakes. I couldn't really find anything online. To be honest, I didn't look super hard, but I was really hoping this would not be frozen over. So it looks like I'm gonna have to go check out some of the lower lakes and try to get into some brook trout, which is fine. You know, that's still a lot of fun. So I'm just taking a little break. I'm watching the water a little bit, just hoping I see some trollers. Doesn't look very likely, but yeah, we'll see. Still a beautiful area. I mean, it's hands down one of the coolest places I've been. So just timing's everything with mountain lakes, you know. Yeah, this definitely looks like the side of the lake I want to fish it from. So now it's just a matter of making my way down this rock face. I think I might be able to get down here, but I think there's a better way over here. So, all right. Now the tiny little brook trout on a dropper. All right, nice. All right, I am moving on to the next lake. The one I didn't see any fish in earlier. I'm gonna take another look at it. And then I'm gonna, if that doesn't pan out, I'm gonna go fish that big bottom lake. Yeah, so I just talked to a guy who's fishing, he's fishing this other side over here, who says there are cutthroat in this lake, and they get to be a pretty decent size. He said in the 14-16 inch range, which is pretty big for a mountain cutthroat. So I am gonna go exploring, and I think I'm gonna go on that back side and work this lake. See if I can get into some cutthroat then. Okay, so while I've been sitting here, all I'm seeing is surface hits along the shoreline, and one actually came up and tried to eat my strike indicator. So I'm going for the gusto with the dry flies now. Dry dropper along the banks. See if we can get something to come up. Here he comes. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah. A lot bigger than my little brook trout. No monster, but I'll take him. That is a brook trout. Huh. That is a brook trout. That's a nice brook trout too. Yep. All right. That's two. That's two on my prototype fly. One more on that prototype fly, and I'm calling it. I'll reveal its name to you. That's a good looking brook trout right there. All right, so there must be brook trout and cutthroat in this lake. All right, I'm excited. Let's get back to it. Oh, nice. Another brook trout. There's some bigger fish in here. This little brook trout took it, but there's two, three. Oh man, there's some good sized fish in here. Trolling the shores. Yep. Took my prototype again. There we go. So that's 3 brook trout on the prototype. Alright, let's see if it keeps producing before I lose my mind and start naming stuff. Here comes another brook trout cruising. Oh, he sees it. Oh, took the hopper. Nice. Nice. Good job, buddy. Look at that. That is one heck of a brook trout. Thanks, buddy. All right, I wasn't paying attention and got another one on the dropper. Looks like another brook trout. And these things fight pretty decent for the size. It is another brook trout. All right. Skinny guy, but trying Kind of came out of nowhere. Hold on. No! You guys know what that is? That's a splake. No way! Hold the phone. That is not a brook trout. Look at the tail. Hold on, I'll show you in a second. That is a splake. That is a cross between a brook trout and a lake trout. All right. So that, I believe, is a splake. Look at the tail. See how the tail kind of veers out like that in a V? That is definitely not a brook trout. It doesn't have the spots on top, or the, well, it kind of does. But yes, that is a splake. Wow, talk about an unusual find in a high alpine lake. All right, splake. And he ended up taking the prototype as well. All right, I'm on the cusp of naming it. I already have the name picked out, but I think I need a little more evidence that it's a decent fly. So we'll keep working it. I got caught sleeping again, and I refused to take the prototype off. I changed the hopper to a beetle because I think they were kind of on to the bright orange grasshopper, which there are none of around here. But it came up and looked at this, and look at that. Ooh, some gale force winds coming through. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, it's a male, all colored up. Is that a male? I also took the prototype. Thank you very much. Whew. All right, moving on. It's getting later in the day, and it's starting to get pretty windy. Still got my little dry dropper set up just in case I get down to that lake at the bottom. And I throw in there, holy cow, these gale force winds. That is one thing about these lakes. It's very difficult to maneuver around them. Choked out. A lot of the banks are choked out with, you know, little you know, firs and bushes and things like that. So it is a little on the difficult side, but this side of the reservoir definitely fished pretty good. If I could have got here earlier today, I probably just would have had a heyday. But all right, I'm out of here. Oof. All right, here we go. Yeah. Nice. Haha. Caught him in all the lakes, well, except for the frozen one. Oh man, he's no joke. He's got some fight in him. All right. Took the prototype. There you go. Caught them from all the lakes, except for the frozen one. There we go. Nice. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, it's about the same as the last one. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Oh, and he got off. Wow. That was some power. Oh, he broke my line. Oh. The only fly I lost today. Oh, no. Man, he powered, too. That was a good fish. Wow. All right. I think that's going to do it. I think he was on the, well, I know he was. He was on the prototype once again. Alright, so here's the deal. Not going to name the prototype yet. I'm going to still be calling it the prototype until it kind of does its thing and I can take it to some other lakes with some more picky fish and see how it goes, because these brook trout don't really count because they're super aggressive and they'll take a lot of stuff even just because it's flashy. So anyway,